So we had more World Championship action over the weekend in Wembley, which was Jai Opetia versus Jordan Thompson. Opetia came over from Australia to defend his world title and is also his Ring Magazine title against Jordan Thompson. Jordan Thompson, domestic cruiserweight, a guy that high hopes I had for. He's a guy that's very sort of inexperienced going into this, watching the shoulder programming on the YouTube channel. I came to find out that I'd seen him box before, but I didn't know that he actually had no amateur fights, no amateur experience at all. And Opetia is the complete opposite going into this. Good amateur career, boxed in the Olympics and everything, very, very classy amateur. And of course, he's coming off of good wins. I mean, to beat someone like Maris Bradis, who gave Alexander Usyk a lot of trouble. Probably gave Alexander Usyk the most trouble Usyk had as a cruiserweight. That's my opinion. I saw their fight, and he gave Usyk a good run for his money. So for you to be able to beat a guy like that shows me that, okay, you're world class. You're a guy to watch. And Opetia, even in his training footage leading up to this, you could see him against the sparring partners just bouncing in and out of range as he willed, as he pleased, and he was able to land all sorts of shots from all different angles. He just seemed to do everything so easily and seamlessly, even in the sparring. And okay, fair enough, the sparring partner, they're not world-class fighters, but you can just see the skill and the smoothness in his work, and you can tell he's dangerous. Even you watch him train, because he's just able to land all sorts, hooks and uppercut just at will. He can do it without throwing a jab, just jump into range, bang, he's got you with a hook. It's got from a different angle. Yeah, he's exceptional fighter, even from the training. And in this fight, again, it just showed, it just came down to levels. It was a very quick fight. Ended in the 4th round by a knockout, and you could tell from the word go that Opetia just a completely different class to a guy like Jordan Thompson. You could tell that Jordan Thompson, by watching his fight, he just was not ready for this type of level. I understand the idea that, right, if you're given the opportunity, even as sort of basically a novice, to fight for a world title, it's a lot of money, it's a great opportunity. If you spring the upset, then more power to you and more opportunities come your way. And if you lose, then it's no disgrace, because you're losing to the best. And I think that is exactly what happened here. And you could see the big gap in class from the word go. Opetia just sort of had things his own way. First round, feeling out round. Opetia bouncing in and out. Thompson trying to sort of box with him, trying to line him up with the jab. And one thing I see a lot in pro boxing that I don't like is there's a lot of guys that they'd rather sort of paw with the jab than actually throw the jab. They'd rather sort of softly flick with the jab and touch with the jab rather than throw it as a scoring shot. And I think one thing from Jordan Thompson, I don't think there was any way he was ever going to win that fight, but I think one way he could have did a bit better would be if he actually threw the jab with a bit of venom, and sort of, I reckon he should have stepped in with the jab, because what he was doing with the lead hand was just sort of allowing Opetia to just easily walk through him and just come in and land whatever he willed. There was no resistance there with the lead hand, no jab that you step in with, no double jabs or anything of that nature. It was just pawing with the lead hand, and then Opetia would just come in, land his bombs, hurt Thompson. I mean, even when Thompson did land a decent shot, decent right hand, Opetia has got good chin. And I mean, this is a guy that's had his jaw broken and rewired and all this sort of thing, and he was still able to just walk through Thompson's hardest shot, come back, and then just hurt him again. And yeah, it was one of those where it was just a pretty much one-sided beatdown by Opetia. It wasn't even close for one round. It was just completely and utterly one-sided demolition job. And it just showed you that, look, Opetia, he's up here, and Thompson, he's down here sort of thing. And I mean, to be fair, looking at their records, looking at what they've done in their career, of course, that's the way we knew it was going in. But yeah, it's no disgrace on Thompson's part. You're dealing with a guy that pretty much I'd happily pick Opetia against anyone, you know, Riakporhe, Bradis in a rematch. Anyone you want to name at cruiserweight, you could pick Jai Opetia to beat them. So it's no disgrace sort of losing to him. But yeah, for Jordan Thompson, it's probably back to square one, maybe back to domestic level, and he can still build himself up and possibly become a very good fighter, maybe become a world-class fighter, maybe he could go to heavyweight at some point. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. It was not much to say really, just a one-sided beatdown by Jai Opetia. He was just too good, too powerful, and just far too classy, too experienced, too skilled for a guy like Jordan Thompson. Credit to Thompson though for his bravery, for taking this fight, for being bold and brave enough to take the fight. But obviously he was well out of his depth, and the right man won, and the right man won easily away from home. So that's my thoughts on it. Let me know what you thought about the fight in the comment section below. Until next time, it's MKO Pugilism, over and out.